Hey guys, hope all is well. What do you think? We've got a set right here in our house. Thank you to Mr. Russell for the great Christmas gift. We've got studio lights. I think he wants us to do a podcast soon. That's coming. His cocktails with Kurt, he had to step up the production value and all that kind of stuff. So we got a ton of things in the works. But what I wanted to jump on here, I talked about the state of the market for new homes. I want to talk to you about the resale market. For some of you guys, new homes in specific areas just may be out of your price point. It's just a reality of the situation. Or you just might want a product that has been renovated, that is, got probably a little bit more character than what a new home would get you. You want a specific area, a 2 or 3 bedroom, 1 bath or 2 bath ranch, but the location is the most important for you. As an example, maybe like a Smyrna or something like that, where, you could find a house like that for $350. Whereas if you were looking for a brand new home, you might have been priced out because for what you want, it's probably going to be over $500,000. So this is now speaking to you, the resale home buyer. The resale home buyer is basically, it's a house that obviously somebody has lived in, maybe raised their kids in, if it's an older couple, maybe it's a paid off house. If it's a younger couple, it's somebody that was their first house and they're looking to move up to their second house or build that second house. So it's an opportunity for you to hopefully find, through our help, a home that is in really good shape, or a house that is 60, 70, 80% in good shape, but you like the idea of putting your own twist on it, needing a new kitchen, updated kitchen, and a new bathroom. But again, the location is and your price point is what's dictating that you're gonna buy a resale home. There's nothing wrong with resale homes. Not everybody can do a new home. And there's a lot of great resales out there. People that have really taken care of their home, or, are actually gonna be maybe, more affordable than a new home, community for you. But let's look at the status. What is going on in the resale market? As I talked about in the new home market video, Atlanta is one of the fastest growing real estate markets, just markets overall. Big companies, tech, healthcare, all kinds of companies are moving to Atlanta. We have a lot of great entrepreneurs. We have great diversity. We have great, young people and older people moving here that are bringing perspectives from overseas, from different parts of the country, LA, New York, Miami, small towns throughout the country, and starting up their own small business and being very, very successful. It's what I really love about Atlanta. It's a true melting pot of wonderful people throughout the country, and the natives of Atlanta and greater Atlanta are awesome. You're going to get the Southern hospitality that you're looking for. So economics 101, you have a demand, you have hundreds of thousands, and since I moved here in 1999, millions of people that have relocated to Atlanta, and there's only so much land, there's only so much housing. And when you develop a market where there is low supply, low inventory, and demand for moving to suburbs or moving to the heart of the city, is driving up costs. So what's happening is you're having a ton of people moving here. You have a ton of people with different agents, different brokerage firms, whatever, right? Everybody's seeing this listed house, and a house is being listed. We recently had one at the end of last year, and this is just to give you an example. We had a listing. Somebody came to us. We turned it around, listed it 1 week after the phone call. We got 24 showings requests within, I think, a 48-hour period. We had multiple offers well over ask price, not asking for any closing costs or anything like that, and closing within like 2 weeks. That is the market right now. We've had clients we've shown all kinds, it doesn't matter the price point, $500,000, we had a client we showed a house to, $340,000, beautiful lake community. House was listed for 24 hours. We even had put in what's called an escalation clause to go up to a price point that over the ask price that the buyer was willing to pay for the home, not asking for any closing costs. Missed out. 28 offers within a 48-hour period. The home I posted yesterday, I did a video, and I'm going to continue to do videos of counties. I was highlighting Gwinnett County, so I showed you 3 properties yesterday, different price points. The last one got over 4,200 likes in less than 24 hours, blowing up our DMs, wanting to put in an offer without even seeing it. The purpose of that post was not to necessarily sell that house. It was to talk about Gwinnett County and what we thought about it and what you can get for your money. Inside that listing, they had just listed it within 24 hours. They said by 5 o'clock yesterday, all offers needed to be in. I called at 6 just because more DMs were coming in, people interested in. Sorry, nope, the hard cutoff was 5 o'clock. We've got 36 offers. I think she said 36. I forget my numbers because it's like 24 for 1, 36. I think she said 36 offers because the house just showed well. People were calling from out of town ready to put in an offer without even seeing it. So I say all this to say a couple things. There's nothing more important, nothing, you see us put it in every single post, there's nothing more important than having your pre-approval letter and truly, truly knowing your numbers. And that's why we put you in touch with lenders that we know, because they will pick up the phone on a Saturday night. They will pick up the phone on a Sunday morning. They will run the numbers with you. So when we go and find a house, or you see a house on our website and say, hey, I want to look at this. Number one, we're not going to show you a house if we don't have a pre-approval ourselves. We're not going to waste our time showing you a $300,000, $350,000 house and you don't even have your down payment or closing costs. It just makes absolute sense, right? In this market, you cannot show, this is not Great Homes ATL home tours. This is Great Homes ATL. We're in the business of buying and selling properties, finding them for our clients that are approved. So you have to go through that pre-approval process. You have to know what that monthly payment looks like at $300, $350, $450, $800, $1 million, whatever the case may be. You have to know how much cash it is to close on that home. And you have to be prepared to put in a full price or above ask price offer. Now, there's also people that get pre-approved, but they need the $5,000 or $10,000 help with closing costs. Again, in this market, you're going to be disadvantaged on that. You have a better chance of getting that in a very, I would say, less desirable area, a less desirable home, a home that maybe has been sitting for 14, 24, 30 days. But a home that has just got listed right now are getting showing requests, boom, within that first 24 hours. Offers have to be in by the end of that Sunday night, like in that example. So you guys have to set yourself up for knowing the location, knowing what you qualify for, ready and willing to go out to take a look at that house right away, and ready and willing to go over the ask price if necessary. Let's look at it from a seller's perspective. If you're the seller right now, you've bought a home through Great Homes ATL, another real estate agent 4, 5, 6, 10 years ago, and now you're in a power position, you're the seller. You've listed your house for $350. If a buyer comes that's a cash buyer, a buyer that comes that's not asking for closing costs, a buyer that can close in 21, 28, 30 days, a buyer that doesn't need down payment assistance, you're as the seller are going to take the home that has the most money, that the biggest offer, or the house that can close the fastest. And that's going to be documented by if you are a strong buyer. So you have to present yourself as a strong buyer in a situation. Some other things you might have to consider: you used to be able to ask for a private home inspection. You still can do that. You could still do that with an accepted offer. But just other thing to consider is, if you really, really love that house, are you willing to, even if you get a home inspection and something has come back, the seller now might not be willing to do it because they can go to their backup offer and say, hey, this buyer that we accepted the contract from, they want us to fix $5,000 worth of stuff. Will you accept, if we don't agree to this and this buyer walks away from this contract, are you willing to take this house sold as is, right? So these are the factors that you have to consider. How much do you love the house? How long have you been looking? Is it in the school district, the area, close to work, whatever the case may be, that will make you make that decision to buy the house? The thing that's going for you as a home buyer, what's in your advantage when you're well qualified, pre-approved, have reserve funds, have your down payment and closing costs, is you can get the home at such a low interest rate that you wouldn't have been able to get a year and a half down the line. I've got clients locking in at 2.3, 2.5, 2.8, 2.9, 3.25, even 3.5. These are all historically low rates, which means a house that you couldn't afford at $450 last year, now you can afford. A house that you couldn't afford at $350 last year, now you can afford. And now if you have, preparing for this moment, you have flexibility, then you also can get a house and put your own twist on it. Get it freshly painted, put in a new kitchen, put in a new bath. We have tons of contractors that you see that we highlight that we've used ourselves or other Great Homes ATL family members have ourselves. So guys, the factors of the resale market: be pre-approved, know your numbers, know what your down payment, closing costs, escrows, your cash to close is going to be. Know what that monthly payment is going to be. Do not be at the top end of your pre-approval, because there's a good chance that you're going to have to go at or over ask price. Have your closing cost escrows available and ready for you, because there's a good chance that the seller is going to accept the offer that doesn't ask for those. And just be prepared to move on it and close on it within a 21, 28, 30-day period. So if you have to break your lease, if you have to push up, your relocation faster than you want to, these are all things to start considering when you're hopping into this market here in Greater Atlanta. And remember, the best thing about working with us is that our services are completely free, no cost, no fees, no commissions, no upfront charges, nothing, no after charges, to have us represent you. So whether it's a new home or a resale, you have to have good quality representation, because these are big numbers that are flying around, right? These are big bidding wars that are happening. So make sure that you have all your ducks in a row and be ready. Narrow down your location, have your pre-approval, get ready to go at the drop of a dime, be ready to put in an offer at or above ask price, and have, your reserves. So if you have to do any fixing up to a certain part of the house, you do. And if it's a new home community and you're lucky enough to get one of those lots that are really hard to find right now, feel good that you're going to have at least a 1-year builder warranty, potentially a 210 extended warranty. All right, guys, I have to go off now actually to a showing, because we're going to try to get a lot for one of our clients in this community. So stay tuned, stay safe, stay healthy, and can't wait to hear from you. I'll talk to you soon.